I've never written anything like this before, never had the need. Now I need a platform to bare my soul and seek guidance, and for better or worse, I've chosen Reddit. This is a confession, an outpouring of my tumultuous heart. I've messed up, big time, and I don't know how to navigate the wreckage I've wrought. I'm married to a woman who I consider the love of my life. She's a beacon of kindness and patience, her radiant smile making my darkest days bright. We've been together for 6 years, married for 4. For some time now, we've been trying to start a family. Children, she says, are the embodiment of our love. And I agreed, I still do. But about a year ago, something reckless took hold of me. A primal part of me that I thought I had locked away forever came loose. I convinced myself that I was just living out the last of my wild side, that one last fling wouldn't matter. The justification was pathetic, I know. But in the moment, it was enough. That's when I met her, my affair partner, AP. I won't glorify the affair by calling it a relationship. It was always about the thrill, the clandestine nature of it. I was living 2 lives and somehow I was making it work. Fast forward to a few months ago, I was planning to end things with my AP. I kept looking at my wife's hopeful face every time we spoke about having children, and guilt would claw at me. I knew what I was doing wasn't fair to her or me. Then the worst case scenario played out. My AP told me she was pregnant, and I was the father. It felt like I'd been punched in the gut. My world came crashing down, and a sense of doom washed over me. Now I'm expecting a son from my affair, even as my wife and I yearn for our own. A part of me is thrilled at the prospect of being a father, but the circumstances are a nightmare. The guilt, the shame, the fear, it's consuming me. My AP wants us to raise this child together. She's offering me a family, but it's not the family I envisioned. I want my family with my wife, yet I cannot deny this child, my son. He's innocent in all of this and deserves a father who's present. This predicament is a bed of my own making, and I know there's no easy way out. I'm responsible for the pain that's bound to come, but I need advice, guidance, anything. Should I try to make a family with my AP for the sake of my son, even though I don't love her the way I love my wife? Or should I brace myself for the burdens of child support and visitations and pray to God that my wife can forgive my trespasses, that she'll still want to build a family with me? I've seen stories of redemption and forgiveness that seem almost miraculous, but I also know many are not so lucky. Love, trust, respect. They shatter when such confessions come to light. Can a marriage survive this kind of betrayal? Is it fair to my wife to be shackled to my mistakes? I don't expect sympathy. I am a man who has wronged the woman he loves. I only hope that the anonymity of this platform and the wisdom of strangers might offer me a perspective I can't see, a path that I can't find. I'm standing at the crossroads of life-altering decisions, painfully aware of the hurt I've caused and the hurt that's yet to come. I've been living in a self-constructed labyrinth of lies, and I just don't know which way to turn. This is my confession. This is my plea for guidance. I love my wife more than I've ever loved anyone. I want to be there for my son. I want to find a way out of this labyrinth. But right now, all I see are walls. Please, if anyone has any wisdom to share, I'm all ears. Here are some of the replies he received. Number 1. Dude, you've really got yourself into a mess here, haven't you? I don't have any sympathy for cheaters, but at least you acknowledge the disaster you've created. The least you can do is man up and tell your wife. She deserves the truth, even if it crushes her. Prepare for consequences. Your marriage might be over, and you might have to pay child support. You made your bed, now you gotta lie in it. Number 2, oh sweetie, I can hear your despair and it breaks my heart. It's true you messed up, but we all do. My advice is to take this one step at a time. Start with honesty. The longer you keep this a secret, the worse it will be when it eventually comes out. Seek professional help, a counselor or a therapist. They can guide you on how to approach your wife and manage this chaos. It's going to be hard, and things might never be the same again, but remember, healing can only begin with truth. Number 3, I'm not going to sit here and berate you, mate. You've done that well enough yourself. You're in a pickle, no doubt. But you're also about to become a dad. Your kid needs you regardless of the circumstances. As for your wife, she needs the truth. It's going to shatter her world, but it's better than a web of lies. I'd also suggest legal counsel for the custody and child support matters. Brace yourself, this is going to be a rough ride. And finally, number 4. Not sure what you're expecting here, sympathy, advice, absolution, let's get real. You messed up. You deceived the woman you claimed to love. Now you've fathered a child in the process. My advice? Own up to your actions, tell your wife the truth, and be prepared for the consequences. As for the kid, don't be a deadbeat dad. Support your child financially and emotionally. And hopefully this situation will make you rethink your actions and grow up. Because, buddy, your wild side needs a serious reality check. Here is his first update. It's been a while since my initial post. I received a mix of reactions, empathy, advice, condemnation, all justified, all taken to heart. I'd like to thank everyone who took the time to respond. Now I'm back with an update, not a happy one, but one that was necessary and inevitable. 2 weeks ago, I finally did it. I confessed everything to my wife. We sat in our living room, a room filled with memories of love and laughter, now heavy with the anticipation of my confession. She looked at me with her gentle, trusting eyes, and my heart splintered. I told her everything, about the affair, the pregnancy, the guilt and the fear. I did not spare myself or attempt to justify my actions. Each word was a dagger, and with each sentence I could see her world crumble. She didn't scream or shout. She didn't throw anything or break down in hysterics. Instead, she just sat there, silent and pale, her eyes losing their warmth. Her voice, when it finally came, was barely a whisper. "I need time," she said. "I need space to think, to breathe, to understand." She didn't ask for a divorce. Not yet. But she asked me to leave our home for a while, to give her the space she needed to heal, to make sense of the chaos I'd brought into our life. The silence in the house as I packed my bags was deafening, punctuated only by the occasional sniffles she tried so hard to hide. My heart ached as I walked out of our home, the place we built together with dreams of a future that was now uncertain. In the midst of all this, my AP has been supportive. She's kept me updated on the pregnancy, sending me reports, ultrasound images, the sound of our child's heartbeat. Each update is a harsh reminder of the turmoil I've caused, yet a soft melody of the life that awaits me. I'm living in a rented apartment now, a place devoid of memories or warmth. Each day is a struggle, a painful reminder of my betrayal. I yearn for my wife's forgiveness, for a chance to make things right, to mend the pieces of her broken heart. But I don't even know if that's what she wants, or if it's possible. It feels as though I'm standing on the edge of a precipice, my life balancing on the verge of the unknown. Will she forgive me? Can we move forward from this? I don't know. All I can do is wait, live with the consequences of my actions, and hope that there's light at the end of this very dark tunnel. My pain, I know, is self-inflicted, but it's pain nonetheless. I miss my wife, our conversations, her laughter, her gentle touch. But I also have a son on the way, a little beacon of life amidst this storm. I'm torn between my love for my wife and my responsibility towards my unborn child. This is my reality, a painful echo of my past mistakes. I am in limbo, caught between hope and despair, trying to find a way to make things right. But for now, all I can do is wait and hope. And all the while that I have been navigating this sea of remorse and anticipation, the mother of my son has been undergoing her transformation. She's becoming a new person, her outlook on life reshaping itself in the face of motherhood. Every conversation we have, every update she shares, reveals a maturity I hadn't seen before. She's preparing to be a mother. She's reading parenting books, setting up a nursery, and making all the necessary arrangements. There's a certain resolve in her voice, a determination that wasn't there before. And amidst all this, she dropped the question that I've been dreading. "Do you think we could be a family?" she asked one day, out of the blue. "I mean, I know you love your wife, but we're going to have a son. Don't you think he deserves to have his parents together?" Her question took me by surprise. It wasn't the first time I thought about it, but hearing it aloud, from her, made it real. More than just a passing thought, it was a tangible possibility. The idea of a normal family for my son, a family where his father isn't just an occasional visitor, started gnawing at me. But what about my wife? The woman I fell in love with? The woman I chose to spend my life with? Am I to abandon her for a mistake I made, a child I fathered out of infidelity? It feels wrong to even consider it. Yet isn't it also wrong to deny my child the chance of a family? I am torn. On one side, there's my wife, the woman I've loved for years, and on the other, there's my unborn son and his mother, both holding a part of my future. I love my wife and I want to be there for my son, but these paths seem to be diverging, each demanding a sacrifice. I'll be back with another update as soon as I can. Until then. And now for his final update. Sorry for being gone for so long. A few weeks after my last update, my wife asked me to come over. My heart raced with anticipation, hoping against hope that this was a sign of reconciliation, a way to mend our broken relationship. But what awaited me was a cold, hard reality check. Sitting in our once shared home, she handed me the divorce papers. Her voice didn't waver as she stated her intentions. She was beautiful, as always, her strength radiating through her resolve. My heart ached as I left our home, her image imprinted in my mind. The finality of it all crushed me. The days that followed were filled with a numb pain, the regret eating at me from the inside. I lost the woman I loved due to my choices, my infidelity. The guilt was unbearable, the loneliness overwhelming. But amidst this storm, a ray of hope emerged. The woman carrying my son started becoming more than just an affair partner. Her transformation, the way she was preparing for our son, stirred something within me. I saw a future, a family. I made the decision to move in with her, a desperate attempt to do right by my child, to be there for him. Surprisingly, it felt right. The empty apartment started filling with warmth, with plans for our son's arrival. The echo of my shattered past was slowly being replaced with the soft whispers of a future. In the aftermath of my divorce, I proposed to her. She accepted, and we began planning a small wedding after our son's arrival. As I knelt before her, a strange feeling washed over me. Regret for the past, yes, but also anticipation for the future. We relocated to a new city where I landed a better job. We bought a house, a home for our growing family. We welcomed our son into this world, his innocent eyes reflecting our shared hope for a better future. I still miss my wife, my first love. Her memory lingers, a painful reminder of the love lost and the damage caused. But I also have a new family, a second chance. And now, as I write this, our son is asleep in the next room, and we are expecting a little girl. I am still torn, still hurting, but I am also in love, once again, in a different way, with a different person. I love my son and my soon-to-be wife, the mother of my children. Perhaps this is the life I was meant to have. Maybe this is my redemption. My past still haunts me, the guilt of my betrayal a constant companion. But I am hoping that with time, I'll learn to forgive myself, to truly embrace the new life I have been given. Thank you, Reddit, for your harsh words, your advice, your empathy. As I close this chapter of my life, I carry these lessons with me, a reminder of the man I was and the man I aspire to be. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but for now, I am content. I am a father, a partner, a man who learned the hard way the value of honesty and loyalty, a man who stumbled, fell, but is slowly finding his way back up. So here's to new beginnings, to hope and to love, no matter how unconventional. Wow, that is a tough one there. How do you feel about this? Do you think he can have a normal life built on trust with someone he cheated with? Do you think they can put the past in the past? Can someone truly become a better person in light of new circumstances? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.